Happy birthday, Cap! So today is actor Chris Evans' 39th birthday, so to help him celebrate, we're going to be creating a sketch illustration of Captain America. After you finish this drawing, I want you to share it on Twitter and tag him at Chris Evans to be sure he sees it. So without further ado, let's get on with today's lesson. For those of you that have joined me for my previous sketch tutorials, you know that I like to start with a 6B pencil. I'm going to use a side grip using the flat edge of my pencil. We're going to sketch out a large circle in the center of our page. So let's start at the very top. So we can use these short lines going all the way around. Just lightly sketching this in, going all the way down towards the bottom, and then around towards the right side. Now this circle doesn't have to be perfect. You can always go back and just readjust the shape. Now to help with the placement of our facial features, we're going to add some guidelines. Let's start with a straight line coming down the center of our circle. Starting at the very top, we're going to go up, sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom of our page. And then we'll create a box around our circle. We're going to start with the sides. We're going to start with a straight line, going up the left side, and then all the way down towards the bottom. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. We're also going to add a line going across the top and bottom of our circle. So we're going to extend this out towards the left, all the way out towards the right, and then do the same thing along the bottom. We're also going to add a line going across the center. Now our character is going to be looking straight ahead, so the eyes are going to sit just underneath this center line. So let's mark off the inside edge of the eyes. From the center line, we're going to move over towards the left. Just draw a line coming down, all the way down towards that bottom line. Now we're going to take that same distance over towards the right. Now we're going to move out to the side and mark the outside edge of the eye. So halfway between the center line and the outside, we're just going to mark this down, all the way down towards the bottom, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's block out the upper eyelid. Starting from the top of this line, we're going to step down, we're going to curve up towards that top line, and then bend that down just past that outside line. Line this up on the right and do the same thing, going up towards the top, and then extending that down along the side. And then from the outside of the eyelid, we're going to step up, we're going to curve down, and then up towards the inside of the eyelid. Now we're going to draw the iris in the center of the eye. We're going to tuck this in underneath the upper eyelid. So we're going to start on the left side. We're going to draw a half circle. We're going to come down towards the bottom eyelid, and then pull that back up. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Let's move to the center and block in the nose. From that bottom of the circle, we're going to step up and sketch out a circle. Just going around and then back up. And then from the bottom of the circle, we're going to draw two straight angled lines going up and out towards that line. Now the mouth is going to sit along this bottom line. So let's start on the left side. We're going to start by curving down and then up towards the right. And then from the ends, we're going to curve out and then down with a short line. Now from the center, we're going to step up and draw the upper lip. We're going to curve down and up. And then from the top, we're going to curve out and then down towards the corner of the mouth. Let's connect the corners of the mouth with a curve. Starting on the left, we're going to come down towards the bottom of the lip, and then pull that back up on the right. Now with the lip in place, we're going to move down and locate the chin. So right about here, we're going to draw a straight line going across. And then the outside corner of the chin is going to line up with the center of the eye. So let's go back up to the iris, draw a straight line coming all the way down towards the chin. Do the same thing on the right. And then from the corner of the chin, we're going to draw a straight angle line going up and out towards the jaw, towards that bottom corner of that square. Now we're going to move back up and draw the inside edge of the mask. From the inside corner of the eye, we're going to step in, curve up over the eye, and then out towards the left. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing, going up and then out. Then from the outside, we draw a straight angle line coming down and out towards the side. And it'll come down and then in. And then from the bottom, we're going to draw a straight angled line going up and in, and then we'll just bend that up towards the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving down and then out with a straight line. Now the mask is going to curve around the nose and out towards the cheek. Let's start just up above the nose with a straight line. And from here we're going to angle down and out towards this line. And then from here we're going to draw a straight angled line going out and down towards the outside of the circle. And then we'll draw the inside of the strap going around the jaw and down towards the chin. So let's start on the left side. We're going to step in, a straight line coming down on both sides, and then come down at an angle towards the chin. And then we'll draw a straight line going across the bottom of the chin. Let's add the chin piece. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve up in the middle, and then back down on the right. Now the top of the head is going to extend past the outside of the circle. So let's start at the top of the eye, curve out, and then all the way up towards that line on top. And then from here we're going to curve out and then down towards the side of the circle. And then we'll close off the top of the head. We're going to start back on the left side. We're going to follow that same curve, going up in the middle, and then back down on the right. Now we're going to block out the large A in the center of the forehead. Let's start just up above the eyes. We're going to draw a straight line going across. And then in line with the center of the iris, we're going to mark this off for the bottom corners of the A. And then from the left side, we're going to draw a straight angled line going up towards this top line, just on the left of that center line. We're up to right about there. We're going to step over and draw the same angled line. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Starting from the bottom corner, angle up towards that line, step in, go all the way up towards the top. And then we'll draw the center of the A. We're going to step down, draw a straight line going across, come down again, and draw that twice. And I'll move out to the side and locate the outside edge of the ears. Starting from this line, we're going to curve out, round out the ear, and then pull that in towards the jaw. Now we're going to move back down and draw on the side of the neck. From the outside corner of the jaw, we're going to step in, angle down and out towards that line. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to connect the bottom with a curve, coming down the middle and then back up on the right side. And then from the bottom corner of the neck, we're going to draw on the top of the shoulder, curving out and then down. Now that we've blocked out the main features of our character, I'm going to go back and lightly erase these lines. Once we're happy with the overall composition of our drawing, I'm going to go back in with a tip of my pencil and start adding some detail. Now I'm going to start with the eyes with the upper eyelid. Let's start on the left side. And then on the left side of the iris, I'm going to add a small circle for a highlight on both sides. And then in the center of the iris, I'm going to add another circle just tucked in underneath the highlight for the pupil. And then we're going to darken up the pupils. You can see that I'm using the side edge of my pencil to add some light shading. Now with the eyes in place, this is going to help us with the placement of the areas around. So let's start with the eye holes first, starting on the inside. You can see that I'm adding a little bit of shape to these straight lines as well. I'm also going to add a light tone around the outside of the eyes, going a little bit darker on the right. So let's start on the left side, just lightly shading in that area. And I'm going to go a little bit darker as we go to the outside of the right eye. Now from here we're going to move down and start shaping out the nose. And then we'll continue working our way down towards the mouth. Now I'm going to move out and add some shape to the inside edge of the mask, starting in the middle. And then we'll go back in and start adding a light shade to the skin tone, going darker on the right side. I'm also going to define the cheekbones a little, just bringing them in. Now going to the outside, we're going to add some definition around the cheekbones and then curl the mask around the top of the ear. So let's start back on the left. Go out and then in. And we'll bend that up and then out around the top of the ear. And then we'll work our way up towards the top of the mask. And then we'll move back down and add some shape to the outside of the strap. And we're also going to add some detail. Let's go back up and trace out the A, starting in the center at the very top. And then we'll move out and add some detail to the ears. And then adding a light shade. Now before we go in and start adding some shade, I want to go around and add some trim detail and some stitch lines. Now we're going to go in with the side edge of our pencil and add some shading. Let's start with the nose area. Now we want to imagine that the light's coming down from either side. So we start with a dark shade on the inside and just fade it out as we go out. Lightly start to blend that out towards the side of the head. There's also going to be a highlight that goes across the top of our head. So let's start on the left side. I'm going to lightly sketch out a line that goes up above the A and then back down on the right side. We're also going to add a shadow line in between the eyes. Let's start on the left. We're going to curve down and then up. And then we'll start with a dark shade along the bottom and then fade this out as we go up. I'm also going to go a little bit darker on the right side. And then we'll blend that shading along the top, starting on the left. So lightly blend this out towards the top. And over towards the right. I'm also going to add a light shade along the inside of the A. And this will help remove some of those guidelines that we have on the inside. Now we're going to add some shade along the bottom of the strap, but again, we're going to go a little bit darker as we go towards the right side. You want to make sure that the strap's a little bit darker than the skin tone. And now we're going to move down and add some detail around the neck and the shoulders. Let's start with the collar first. Starting on the left, we're going to angle down and in towards that bottom line. Go down with a straight line. And it will block out the shoulder straps. Going out and then down. And then we'll go back and trace the contours of these lines. Just adding a little bit of shape as we go. Now we'll go in and add an even shade across the neck and shoulder area. Let's darken up that inside collar area. Now we're going to darken up the inside edge of the collar and just fade this out as we go out towards the side of the neck. Just fade that out right about there. And do the same thing on the right. And then with the upper shoulders, we'll start off dark and just fade this out. And then we'll do the opposite on the shoulder straps. Starting off light, we're going to go darker as we go down. Now we want to pull the head forward away from the neck, so we're going to add a dark drop shadow just underneath the chin. And then we'll fade that out as we come down. Now as we get near the end of our drawing, I'm going to add a little bit more detail and add a drop shadow in behind my character. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Captain America. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.